go. Let's give his a share first. While Mike loads up. But hello, ladies and gentlemen. I don't believe he is in the lobby yet. Jack, would you send him another invite so he knows you're here too? Just because I'm on you.
Oh, can I?
I can again, if not.
Just gotta find his name.
Oh, my friends list is all jiggled up.
And mine.
Oh, he's here. He is in the session. He might already be in the playlist.
I will join in a few seconds.
Zombies.
Sorted. Hey there,
Vic. Copy that so I can share it into my chat once I've shared my stream to the chat. But yeah, we are here for the Stunt Champions League final. We have MarineJack versus Zombie. Zombie will be hosting. Hello, my man, Fluids. I hope you're doing really well. It's quite warm and now tense evening for myself. I like both of the guys. They're both very quick and I know we're in for an intense battle. Jack, how are you feeling going in?
Happy I made it this far.
Yeah, nice to hear.
Yeah, back near the finals like 2 1v1s
Let's
ago.
go with MarineJack first on this one. Just Jack, everybody knows that you're the Marine in the chat. And everybody knows that Zombie is Crow. Zombie. Right, let me copy that. I'll paste that and then I'll copy and paste Zombies again to Mike. There we go, that's that done, grab this one. But yeah, I am looking forward to this, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are too. It is the culmination of about a month's work at this point, since a bit longer even since the group stages, isn't it, Jack? It's been a long tournament. It's been intense throughout. That is Jack now joining. Hello, Tyrese, critics. Yo, good luck, lads. Hey there, Yorkshire. Tyrese is starting the song already. Going back to his old favourite. Let me paste. And that is Zombie's POV there for you, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to flick over, hand him a little bit of luck. Right, little read through the tracks for you. We have Big Drop, Trench 2, Spinner, Plummet 2 and Rally from Zombie. We have Raton, Gauntlet, Spoochie, East Coast and Canyon Crossing from Jack. It is 10 races, as you can see, a little bit longer than we've had across the competition so far. It's been building up. Critics is calling a weather, like a rain check for the weather, saying it's way too warm right now. Call off the 1v1.
I've got my fan on, it's all good, boys.
Scarface enters the chat with a polite little wave as Tyrese responds with a triple dab. Jesus, Tyrese, that's dangerous. There's 6 dabs. Doubled the risk, but doubled the reward.
I'm just going to write to Zombie's chat.
We saw Fern, Jack and Zombie go up against each other for the 3rd place playoff. Jack and Zombie came through it. Fern, on that occasion, unfortunately, was unable to progress.
Oh, I haven't got my music sorted. Oh.
We've seen Zombie beating the likes of Luke and Shiftless. We've seen Jack take on the likes of Gigi, Spartacus and Nacho to get to this point. Jack being taken to penalty shootouts twice already, and really hoping to not go through the same again. We did also see Zombie take on Randos, and Jack had Esco along the way. It has not been an easy road to the final for either, but they've taken it in their stride, and I do always say that really these guys only sweat when they're coming up against like people of and around their level. Hello Luke, how you going fella? We are launching in 20 seconds. Big Drop is the first track up.
Loud, that is loud, ow.
And good luck.
5 seconds, thank you.
From our man, Sick Nasty. Sick, I hope you're doing really good. Hey, Ferdy boy! Hello, everyone. We're more of a GTA community round here. Like Halo, I'm not sure that's many of our bags. I joke with you though, fan. Hello, man. I hope you're doing very well. And mobbing with the double dab, showing a little bit of flair. How are you going, fellas? I hope, and ladies, I do hope everybody watching is well. If you are new to the channel, please do like and subscribe. Also, at this point, do please in the future make sure you head over, check out Zombie 1696 and MarineJack on YouTube. Show them some good support. We see Zombie at the moment just pulling off a good start, getting a little bit slidey, handled it really well though, just ahead of Jack. We are going to swap to Jack through the loop, carrying good speed through it, pulling himself just about level. Let's pull, does just swoop into the lead as well. We're going to swap back to Zombie again. We're going to get rid of the hood, and we see the cars nice and close together. Really nice and clean through the corner from Zombie. Sees him take the lead again, gaining that little bit of lost ground. Nice on the brakes from both. Sees him good and clean around the corner. Zombie gets a little bit more aggression, getting all 4 tyres over the curbs, able to just push it a little bit close to the barrier as he's lined up a little more aggressively beforehand. Jack matching the pace, really nice. Extra little clip of curb from both. You see Zombie just getting a little bit nice kick on the landing, just pulls away, gets that extra bit of curb. Jack nice and tight through the corner, gets right up into Zombie's action, a little heavy off the barrier. Jack playing it a little bit safer with the curbs, takes the cut really nice and low though. Zombie pushes a little bit too hard and the back end just drifts over the banked curve, and extremely unlucky from our man Zombie there. Was pushing really hard to try and increase the pressure on Jack and maybe force a mistake on the next jump up. But Jack played it just ever so slightly safer, got a nice low cut, would have potentially got the undercut anyway. We'll see a little bit more of the lap out with Jack. Across to Zombie. Wow, Jack, your mic. Oh my god, I'm going to have to mute him. I think he sorted it. He's turned it off quickly, I think. Wow, sorry YouTube, Jack's headset occasionally plays up at the moment. Little honk of the horn, maybe little apology. It's good and clean. Over the jump, Gonna bring the hood up, have a little look as Zombie pulls around a level behind Jack. Your headset went horribly there for a second.
Like that.
It's all good, it happens, man. Sit nice and tidy over the jump, over the curves, gets a little extra clip too tight across.
Wow.
Could you hear it as well?
No, you were like, Jack!
I'm sorry, it was so loud.
I had to try and switch it off, I was trying to jump.
I was going to mute you so you didn't have to. Sam saying, good Mike, that's a rile, good Mike. Mobbing with that sounded demonic. It did mobbing.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
See, Zombie getting good, clean brake boosts. Just before the loop. Pulling nicely down the hill, lines up for the jump. Jack has claimed first blood. Speed demonic. No, remember, he washed his control in the sink.
It's not going to be on screen, guys. Come on now.
But that does see it go 1-0 in Jack's favour. At this early stage, it is in no way over yet. It is 1-0 to Jack, having taken first blood. Hello, Purely Red, my man. Hope you're doing well. And fuck Stain, Jack, what happened? His headset, when he's charging it, a bit like myself, my own headset, occasionally, with it being the PlayStation Gold one, it just goes... Oh, it's gone again, I think.
What?
It's gone again. Just like that, it just occasionally goes. Hello, James, my dude. This is the final of the Stunt Champions League that we've been running over the past month and a half. What do you mean, what Zombie done?
The time wasn't ticking then, it was not ticking. That was weird.
Oh, I've only just come in. There we go. It's only just loaded in. Yeah, it's just loading in, and it's down to 45 seconds.
If the time wasn't going and the seconds wasn't changed, I was thinking, what?
Fuckstone saying your headphones turn into dog whistles, lol. Yeah, they do kind of. They kind of sound like underwater, demonic entities from another world.
I took a bath as I'm on.
Yeah, it occasionally shows the same track, so we'll have to decipher that as we load in. It is, I believe, Plummet 2.
Canyon.
Oh, it's Canyon. Oh, it's because it says point to point for supercars in the title. No, my laugh was I was possessed by alcohol that night, Purely Red.
You'll have to really shout if my mic goes funny. I've got music playing.
Yep. Sounds like something Death Grips would sample. Yeah, or some... unless they are a Screamo bands would definitely pinch it. And good luck to both of the races from James. See, Jack, trying to close that little bit of... Oh, and Jack's mic, I believe, has gone again. Jack, mute yourself, lad.
What?
Please mute yourself when you can. Thank you. Sorry, Jack. Jack's headset really not enjoying being charged tonight. Now I'm going to swap back to Zombie as Jack enters the tube, nice and clean. We'll just maybe let Jack mute himself between the races, so he can focus in rather than be shouting at him during. But Jack's got out of the tube nice and clean ahead of Zombie. lining up for the next tube. You can see them both nice and aggressive over the curbs. That chased brake boost from Zombie. And it's a lovely low exit, just drifting to the left, nice and smooth. Chasing the brake boost, we hear the squeal into the wall ride. It's nice out of it, nice and low. You can see gaining a little bit of time on Jack. Jack pulling away nicely through the tube. Zombie chasing the curbs aggressively, making me wince as he brushes against the tunnel wall. He's having to do a little bit of car adjustment in the air. Jack clips the top of the ramp, that is allowing Zombie to close it. Nice acceleration down the hill by Zombie, really closing that gap up. We've seen a 1:53.937 to a 1:54.422, just under half a second between the two. Oh, Zombie lines up. It's an incredibly thin ramp cut. He gets it lovely, controls the spin well behind Jack. Also does the same, just a little higher. The Emirates kicking the speed, really nice. Has ever so lightly extended ahead. Let's remove the hood for just a little while. Zombie through the set of corners behind Jack, brake boosting down the hill. Lovely speed from the guys. Pulls through the little chicane style S. It's a loose chicane. It is a messy snake into the tube. Zombie really picking up the pace. The brake boosting did really pay good advantage there. Closing in through the tube, gets the line just a little bit wrong on the tube wall and ends up taking just a touch of airtime. Adjusted the car nicely and gets through the rest of the line really nice, minimising time damage. Not much more between them than there was at the beginning of the lap. If anything, both just drifting lightly to the left. No chance of going off. The brake boost from Zombie into the wall ride. Nice clean exit from Jack. Sees Zombie just drifting to the left, a little bit too heavy. Oh God. Unlucky there, Zombie. Jack just feathering ever so slightly.
He didn't brake, did he?
I don't think he did. No, the car okay. Just slid.
Okay. That first lap I was racing in pure silence. It was so horrible.
Yeah, I guess you just had to turn it off.
Yeah, I'm gonna try something in a minute.
See, 1:53.334 from Jack. It's a lovely single power roll there from Jack. Jack did do a little bit of feathering in the tunnel just to get his headset back on and double check that there wasn't a brick. To my eye, it didn't look like a brick. Purely Red, mate, you're setting yourself up for a 1v1 with one of these lads as soon as you get yourself on PlayStation. Be an entry into the deep sea. Lovely line through jump from Jack, sees him enter the tube, nice and clean. Pulls through the spinner prop with no big issue. After these tubes and the wall ride, we will flip back to Zombie, see how the land lies and allow Jack a chance to ride. When to cross the line, she needs to hold position through here nicely. Lovely exit again, just a little bucking of the car, could have caused the Emirates to go off to the left, but handled really nice. Through the wall ride, nice and clean by Jack, and that is Jack really through the line. Mate, I'll destroy all of you with my damn corner. Purely Red, mate, making some mighty bold claims, and I'm sure a few of the lads would be more than willing to take you up on that offer. Nice through the wall ride this time, nice and clean, and no chance of the Krieger misbehaving. Clipping the curbs nicely through the tunnel, really aggressive from Zombie still, through the final ramp skip. Controls the car in the air, really nice. That is going to allow Jack to cross the line. Zombie follows in. Oh, we've got a couple of Xbox people out there. Heredia! Or, Trilogy! That's what I was going with, but I just forgot because of the Stratus. That's what I had stuck in my head, but I know that's not him. Yeah, a couple of our fast boys do play on Xbox, so don't call them out too hard. Oh, and Fern with the offer of 1v1 on Trench. Come on, Xbox, I'll destroy you. Oh, I like the confidence. Me and my Zen Paul. You've got something on your mind, lad. We are in to East Coast. We do see Jack with the 2 race lead. He's taken Canyon Crossing, which was one of his own tracks, and big drop from Zombie. Tap of the horn from Zombie. Comes through in the tube.
Was that a tube hit or a brick?
He
that was
hit
a brick.
the tube, I think. But Jack not wanting it to go that way, he's just making sure.
What's he doing?
I think he's just waiting for you to speed back up. Yeah, he is. He's letting you get a bit of a lead at speed. Yeah.
He did it, the tube.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Thought it was on the news.
Yeah, he's going now.
But, and you see there, ladies and gentlemen, that is the way to respond to it. If it's not a brick, you can always play a little bit cautious when you've got it in mind with the player that you're up against. Like, you can take that little bit of niceness, and when it's somebody of this level, the likelihood is that they won't want to take advantage of your sportsmanship. Thank you very much, chat, for answering Ventura, and hello, my dude. Hope you've had a really good weekend, my man. Same to everybody else. Really ready to tornado, quickest car in the game. Zombie through the loop, really nice, is gaining a little bit of time, to my eye, to Jack, since he got back up to speed. But like Jack maybe got a little hung up in the water as well, and that really has closed the gap up. Jack in for the wall ride, Zombie plays it nice and safe. But Jack gets it nice and clean, re-extends the lead. Zombie adjusts his speed, goes in for it nice and clean. Comes out a little high, but he's out nice and smooth. No chance of the Emirates spinning, and he gained that little bit of lost time from the wall ride before. Nice response from Zombie. Nice and smooth on the brakes, heavy into the corner, nice and clean. You can see the gap has shrunk up now with the weight from Jack. You see the 213.838 to the 214.990. A slight collision with the tube. You can see the gap has come down. Zombie carrying a lot of speed through the mid and final part of the lap. Was able to shorten the gap. Nice and tidy. Bumping at the curbs nicely, just trying to get a little bit of extra rev through the air. Goes into the wall ride, neither brick on the wood. Zombie pulls out a little bit of a different angle of approach to the exit to Jack, but still nice and clean. Didn't lose any time. If anything, maybe gained just a touch again. To the tube, a little bit higher on the wall. A little bit lower on the corner, maybe trying to clip a couple of extra boosts on the low portion. Distance stays about the same. Jack, a little slide into the corner, does see Zombie close up into the tube. It pulls level through the tube line, and Zombie just pulls ahead. Jack back. Was that a brake boost, Jack? That was dirty. Nice and clean through the wall ride and gets it nicely. That does see him hold, re-extend the lead, both avoiding the penultimate wall ride on the second lap. Lovely clipping of the curb into the tube by Zombie. Really trying to hold the line to Jack. Jack gets really good boost on the first part of the tube, nicely adjusted at the last second there by Zombie. Just pulled the car around. Oh, pulls around the corner. Jack, no slide this time, doesn't allow the distance to shorten. You see Jack pull that time down to a 201.220 to 201.421. Just over 0.2 between the two. In fact, 201 is what's between them. 0.201 on the best lap times. Two phenomenally close races. Wonderful brake boost from Zombie, so you can carry a lot of air. Little bit of glass rattling around inside the Emirates. On the bumps, Zombie lines up for the wall ride. Gonna land on the curbs, avoids the brick nicely into the wall ride, nice and smooth, and now exceptionally smoothly. What happened there, Jack? Was that a brick?
No, that's alright.
Yeah. So Zombie would be willing to repay it, but Jack's saying no, go with it. You crack on, Zombie. It looked like he got a little hung up in the curb, and that is a place where, with it being wood and the car being made of metal, you can be expected to brick a little bit more. Jack accepts that. Oh, Zombie pushes really wide, takes two wheels over the edge of the track and pulls back sharply. Really nice. Again, taking the two wheels over the edge of the track and then pulls in really sharp for the tube line. Really nice so far from Zombie on this final lap. Could see that time come down. It has been clean. Gets aggressively wide on the entrance to the hairpin and pulls through. Oh, Jack though pinches it with a wonderfully clean wall ride. Comes back out of nowhere. I didn't even notice on the map that Jack had closed up so much speed. Time. Jack pinches it. If I'd have realised it was still quite so close between the two, I would have swapped back, like I do, to Jack. I thought there was a little bit more between the two, and that came as a surprise to us all. Jack, out of nowhere, pinches the win on the East Coast.
My chest hurts, man.
Zombie with the 159 point, what is that underneath it? 0.95 or 87 to the 201 from Jack.
That was insane. Oh man, you should see my
mobbing with a very smart Jack, GG's man from James, and we've seen that so many times. When will people learn?
Oh man.
Purely red though, with Jack is slow. That is not going to do you any favours on Jack's channel. He's saying though that you should try the Zen porno. Going with the new meme he's created. It looks like we are on to Gauntlet. We do see it go back to 2-1. No, sorry, Jack punched it. It's 3-0. Apologies. It's how much in my head. Zombie was going to take that from Jack, but Jack at the last moment comes through the underpass really nice. Gets a sudden kick of speed just before one of the yellow pillars does swing into the lead. Zombie, nice and smooth through the corners, flipping the curbs, really nice. Jack, really nice and smooth over the curbs, gains a little bit extra boost here and there. And takes all 4 wheels over, has to brake a little bit harder due to the extra speed. Jack carried the momentum through the corner, down straight into the tube nicely. Comes out the tube nice and low behind Jack, just slightly earlier down to the track. Jack carries the speed nicely. Clean through the corner sets. We've seen Zombie close a bit of the time. Gets a little kink off the boost. We see Jack just extending with really good application of the boost line in end of the beginning part of the tube, nice and smooth through the line. Closing in on Jack. Jack feathers the throttle, slows up, gets that nice, crisp, clean, low exit. Zombie is going to get to the track just before, giving him high speed, but Jack carried that really nice. Yep, no problem, Heredia, give me a shout. I should be on by about 11, 12 o'clock as normal, so we'll run them before your playlist, lad. Need to return the favour for borrowing you for a one-off from Goat. I'll more than happily come and see you right on them tracks as well as I can. It's nice and tidy through the final section of the track from both. Jack goes with a really nice low ramp skid. Zombie plays it a little bit safer, just cutting off the very top of the jump. Catches some nice brake boosting down the straight. Nice one, my man. Coming through. Really nice to see Jack ever so lightly extended since the cut on the pass, just ever so lightly inching away from Zombie, maximising the boost off the curbs really nicely, just smooth as silk. Zombie takes a lot of speed through that corner though, matched it really well and did close in. Nice. Lovely exit from Jack, really nice and low, got to the track just as it met where he could. Really well done, pulls nicely, but Zombie carried a lot of speed through the exit, carrying really high res, getting nice boosts off the curb, has really closed in up the hill. Jack with a tighter corner does allow him to hold the lead, but Zombie back on the case, matching the speed through a second, not allowing Jack to extend any further. We see Zombie taking a slightly lower line, trying to get onto the boost nice and early, but Jack gets a really good higher line, just pulls a little bit of boost through. Nice and tidy. Comes through. Fern ended up coming in third place Nord Life. Did really well. Did put in a very good display against Lazy. Lazy had to eventually pull out due to controller issue. Fern did more than enough to book his place in the finals. And third place finals, sorry. See a lovely tube exit from the guy. Zombie again closing in a heavy amount of time through that final tube. Jack back up to speed, just ever so lightly. God. Nice cut from both down to the track, nice and early. Nice and smooth over the jump. Pulls on through underpass, past the yellow pillars, over the curbs, nice and smooth, weaving back and forth. Zombie going really nice and aggressive over the curbs, getting all four wheels every time he can, and nice and early too, to make sure he gets nicely lined up for the corners. D8 nice and flat back to the track, is really closing in the gap, getting a good brake boost in, goes into the tube in the lead. We are going to swap back to Jack. Zombie picking up the pace, accelerating through the tube, really nice. We see both cracking up to full speed, pulls down nice and sharp for the exit. Jack nice and straight, Zombie to the track early as well though, holds the lead. Nicely through the corners. Oh, and Jack off the barrier hard. We are going to swap to Zombie. Lord, I think they're mainly hated by you. Don't go too hard on him, Fernie boy. It's nice across the jump from Zombie. Don't see Jack Holland. We will switch back after this tube into it, really nice and clean. Comes down the line, just clips the shadow before pulling to the left again and through the exit, nice and smooth. Lines up, doesn't have to readjust for the barrier at all. That was wonderfully clean there by Zombie. Nice and tidy through the final ramp skip from Jack. See Zombie just ahead, was waiting up, accelerating for the line, sees it go to 3-1 in Jack's favour. So quick look at the chat and the times as they come in. We have a 250.169 from Zombie to 251.387 from Jack. Thank you, Mobbin, for trying to change the topic a little bit. Let's not. Do not take it too far. See guys coming across the curbs, really nice. Jack just behind in the MRS, behind the Krieger, going the curbs, really nice and smooth, catches an extra brake boost over the double set and does just pull into the lead. Catches another one before the hill and rockets up it like a shot. Pulls out a nice lead ahead of Zombie. Comes across the curbs nicely behind Jack, closing some of that lost time up. Nicely across the curbs. Hearing that extended squeal, but not seeing the tyre mark come out as a bad, but we do see Zombie lightly closing the gap with each squeal, signifying he is getting most of the brake boost effect. It's a lovely cut by Zombie. Jack got ever so slightly caught up in the ramp, handles it really nice. That extra airtime did do some damage to his lead. Zombie collecting the curbs again, really nice and smooth, coming over them really clean. Feathers the throttle just before the jump, takes a lot of speed into it. The scoop on the roof, barely missing it as he closes the gap in significantly on Jack. Jack weaving across the curbs aggressively, maybe having missed the brake boost on a curb. Zombie just swings back into the lead, taking a tighter line into the aqueduct. See the MRS struggling just a touch up the hill in comparison to the Krieger with the higher revs. Jack though gets a nice landing, starts to ease himself back into Zombie's car, just swings into the lead through the mid part of the corner. But Zombie pushes just a touch too hard on the exit. Chases the curb nicely. Zombie just pushing too hard on the exit of that corner, did just drift too wide, trying to hold the lead over Jack and exert that pressure. Jack handled it nicely, didn't go with it too much, just let himself settle into his own speed. It's something I always say, just drive within yourself that 0.5% up to 2%, just so you don't make some of the mistakes you make when hot lapping. But it's nicely done by Jack. Swings into the ramp, doesn't need a ramp skip. And it is a 3-1, just having gone to 4-1 to Jack Silver. Jack, as you can hear, saying that he loves the Emirates.
I did fuck on that road. That was unfortunate for somebody.
Don't you worry, Purely Red, mate. I'm big enough to share. I can run some tracks with Heredia and still be here for you from time to time. Skip 54 and just go straight to the 53. Fuck's day, man. Get yourself signed up for the next one. I believe our man, Mr. GG Mobbin, is working out a 3v3 style competition. And that may be next on the cards. So get yourself into it. Get yourself signed up. We are on to Pier Race. No. What track am I on? Vespucci, I'm sorry. So the thing about the Ferris wheel, and again, we all make some mistakes. Yeah, nicely done turn on that 146. Do make sure you head over and check that out. Turning with the first ever 46 on Pier Race. Also has a 54 on Trench 2. He has many other videos for you to go check out. Was recently in the competition. Unfortunately, he was seen off by these two but did claim 3rd place in the competition. See Zombie pulling away at the moment. Good and clean through the corner, pulls wide, nicely collecting the checkpoint. Jack, slightly smoother exit, was able to close up a little bit of pace, carrying a little bit more boost over the curbs. Closed in nicely up straight, a tighter corner. Does see Jack swing into the lead and carries the pace through the exit nicely. Sorry, I've just got the hiccups. I'll be back in 1 second. It was getting really close to the edge of the track, but just pulled himself round nice and sharply as they head in to the first jump. Jack points the nose down at the track, trying to get down before the incline begins, manages to avoid the brick nicely through the corner into the 2 right-handers, really nice, and heads in towards tube over the jump. Comes on through tube, nice and smooth. Comes on round Zombie, just against the awning of the shop, hits the pillars. You see a hay there, Yorkshire from Tyrese. Did promise Jack a little song. Ooh, a very light brake does see Jack's car wobble ever so slightly to the right. Comes through the corners, really nice, over the curbs, down onto the jump. You see, Zombie has straightened out behind him, really nice and clean. He's heading through the corner set himself. Oh, Jack, your headset.
Morning.
No problem, man. There's Jack. Gonna have to have turned his headset off, maybe. Comes through really nice. Zombie does appear to have made up some of the lost time coming through first part of the track. We saw 2:09.58 from Jack so far. Comes on through into the corner, really nice and clean. Avoids the wall ride, doesn't need to take a big risk. So move the hood. He needs a new control so he can use his other mic, James. He's on the PlayStation Gold one and it has this sort of thing where occasionally, with it being a USB mic, it plays up. Comes through the corners in the tube nicely. You see Zombie just about to straighten out through the tube, heavy on the brakes to make sure it doesn't collide with the punch. You see Jack going into the final lap at 2:09.518, improved by just under 0.3. Zombie down to a 2:08.996, closing the gap nicely by just under half. Through the corner nicely after the jump. Zombie is closing the gap. We are going to let him settle into his drive and see what he can do, like we ended up doing with Jack. We'll return the favour. And yeah, that is the score there, provided by both my men, Critics and Mobbin. Now, as well, ladies and gentlemen, I know Official isn't necessarily in the community at the moment, but he did recently, this afternoon, upload a phenomenal video on his channel. Do make sure you head over it. He did improve his H200 time and he's put a wonderful amount of work into the edit. See Jack heading down the straight, carrying the speed nicely. Has held the lead nicely over Zombie. Zombie just coming through the first corner, heading into the second behind Jack. Through the banked corner, nicely pulls through, just clip the curb, sends him a little bit to the right, and Zombie has had to respawn, having to go for the cut. Unfortunately, looked like the curb maybe pushed him down. Jack into the tube for the final time, comes through the loop nicely, heads up the banked wall of the tube, back through over to the other side. Nice line, no chance of getting flung off the edge. As quite often happens to myself. Jack just waiting up on the line as we move over. That has seen it go to 5-1.
My headset do that thing again.
Pardon?
My headset.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why it's doing. Thing is, right, I turned it back on, and it said 1 bar it had charged, and it shot up to 2. I'm forking out for a
Yes, critics, I won 2 earlier on. No, I won the 1. Tyrese got the other. Yeah, it is 5-1 to Zombie. To Jack, sorry. It's because I just read Zombie's name afterwards.
Oh, trash. Can you not hear the sound from the mic?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Bye.
Jack heading into the race, having muted himself, it will allow him to not have to turn his headset off and play without any sound at all. Let's have a quick glance through. Hey there, Jack. Pros chuffing love you from Tyrese. See Zombie taking off from second place nicely, closed up a little bit of the gap. Jack with a nice corner though, slightly extends the lead. Brake boosting by Zombie, gets the first, I believe he missed the second, but I see Jack just lightly extends the lead. Brake boosting from both, maybe slightly stronger from Zombie to Jack. Not Zombie closing the gap on Jack, heavy through the gap in the middle though, does see Zombie a bit heavy. We are going to swap to Jack, let Zombie settle into his run. Jack feathering his throttle lightly, I can hear the engine just dipping, letting Zombie close back up to pace, not wanting it to go that way. Again, paying nice homage to a respected opponent. Through the corner nicely, back up to speed, and they're going to head into the second lap nice and close together. Across the curbs nicely, you've seen with the slowing up, we still saw a 102.944 and a 103.532. Really not bad lap times for Holder. Through the exit, really nice and smooth. Zombie gets that little kick of speed and starts closing in lightly through the gap in the tunnel. Nice feathering of the throttle, maybe even just a little bit heavier from Zombie, just making sure. Handled that little bucking of the car really nice. It worried me a lot there, Zombie. Handled it nice and smooth. Just need to turn down my notifications. Apologies for that. Zombie had closed the gap up, but Jack getting the traction nicely through the corner. Just pulls ever so slightly ahead again. You see Jack's time come down to a 57.439. Zombie though is at 57.091. Really close to Kinky, but we see Jack just holding the lead. For some reason there, he did swap into the final tube ride, nice and clean. Jack down to the track, nice and early, but hung up in the middle. Ends up doing a bit of a barrel roll through the gap. Gets himself back up to speed, coming through the corner, but is losing some time here to Zombie. Zombie's car back end goes up again over that little bump, and that does allow Jack to get the traction and the speed. Jack is closing in. Let's go back to Jack. Jack's back end just bounces a little bit too much. Jack into the barrier eye, but he just gets caught on the left side of it, and the back end of the cleek gets hung up over the curbs, and that is going to see Zombie coming round to take it back to 5-2. Jack got a little unlucky with that barrier smash. He did, yeah.
I thought out that. So wiggling the guard, I thought, fuck. He's scored.
Just ignore all of that. No. Mobbing, I am your master and you're my padawan. Don't say nothing. See what teams are looking to be banned.
Jeez, man. Did you say brick? Zombie did brick at the start, didn't he? In the...
Yeah, he bricked in the gap a little bit against the ball.
Yeah, that's fine. I did it. You're right. Boom, bam, 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 boom, bam, 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 bam. Spinner. Forgot about this.
But that is 5-2 to Zombie. To Jack, sorry. Again, fucking hell, I keep reading Zombie's name as I say the score. That doesn't help. But yeah, Jack is 5-2 up. Is going to need to win the next 3 races. Starting in the second gets a lovely brake boost. Jack pulling away, just eking off the line. Slightly better start. Zombie heavy against the barrier, against the blue wall, does stop the car dead. Below Cooper Nanny, the score is 5-2 to Jack in third. Jack just feathering the throttle round the spinner. Again, not wanting it to go down that way. Jack is one to prefer the race. And hello, Jessica. There we go, they are back going. Zombie appreciating that heavily. There we go, the honk of the horn, sign of respect. And like I say, Jack is one to appreciate the race and not want it to go that way. He does have the lead, he does have the slight comfort, so he's able to offer that little bit more sportsmanship than if he was coming back from behind and able to just give a little bit of extra back to an opponent, not wanting it to go down on mistakes so early. Jack has managed to pull himself back into the lead. Zombie with a good line through the loop, swings back into the lead. We are going to head back to Jack. It's nice and tidy through. I'll tell you one thing, Jessica's no bot. It's nice and clean over the jump. Jack takes it nice and low. The back wheels of the D8 barely clearing the lip, but handled really nice. And tidy through the tube. I will have a proper look through the chat at the end. I've not been able to pay full attention to it, just make sure I've not missed too many comments and pick out the ones I have. Just catch it occasionally as I glance down, we see Jack with a nice low cut that takes him in the lead a little bit further. See Jack come across the line with the weight in of 246.228, 247.439 from Zombie. Zombie nicely feathering round the corner, just brushing lightly against the wall this time. Wall playing a lot kinder with him. I think Zombie did close up or look to have through that straight. Comes on through really nice. Zombie gets that boost and it closes a touch on Jack, but Jack getting across the curbs really nice, holds the lead, maintains a good line into the tube, then down the loop line from Jack, trying to extend and catch as much of the boost as he can. It's a good line though from Zombie 2. We will see him close through this section as he maintains the high speed. Jack just pulling through final right, close to the barrier, nice through by Zombie. Remove the hood again like we do from time to time, allow them to get. Don't know why it decided to swap camera on me there. The back end of Zombie V8 just kicked up ever so lightly off the curb, Jack nicely onto the banked platform. Zombie 2 really nice and low. Wheels all getting a little effect of the curbs over the transition. Really nice and smooth into the tube as well from Zombie. That was a lovely cut. Again, back wheels of the D8 barely clearing the banked wall of that cut. Nice and smooth over the curbs. Jack though holds the lead ever so lightly extended. Comes on through. Nice and tidy over the curbs again. Jack bashing against the wall as he does. Cuts quite a lot of time out. So does Zombie though. Zombie just catches the top lip and we are going to head over to nice and smooth onto the curb from Jack coming through the corners for the final time here. We've seen 228.637 to 31.547 from Zombie. It's nice and clean over the curbs. We heard the extended squeal, but we didn't see the tyre mark come out of the back. It's a lovely smooth entrance into the tube. The 8 just tilting itself into the tube, leaving that 2 left wheels on the side. A lovely loop line catching a lot of the boost. We see Zombie coming out onto this downhill that make you way into the corners behind Jack. Jack has to feather very heavily to get himself past the building, but doesn't need to feather too much to get himself past that metal barrier. Nice and tidy over the jump. Zombie did manage to just pit into first through the loop. Zombie does appear to be closing in on Jack. Jack went nice and aggressive over the curbs and nice and low across the transition. Tethers throttle, but he's going to have to swing very heavily into the tube. Tethered the throttle nicely to make it look a lot smoother than it would have been for me. Comes through this tube for the final time. Across the curbs again, missing the gap in the barrier, really nice. Collects that extra little clip of the curbs just before the drop down. Enters the tube nicely. We see Zombie really has closed up the gap again. Maybe didn't lose as much time as I initially thought he was going to as well. And he's just coming through the corner behind. Just before the switch, we are going to swap over. It should load in just in time. It does. We're going to look up. See, Jack takes a little bit more height. just sometimes a little honk of the horn from Zombie, appreciating the battle. You see Zombie just skipping past the ramp really nice and clean. That does see Jack take it to 6-2. Does see Jack take the crown for the Champions League. Jack has taken it 6-2. Now we'll see him take the championship this time round. GG's offered out from critics. We do still have 2 races to go. If the competition plays out the way we've seen in the past, I think and we are going to see it play out. I believe this is Raton. Jessica, remember, head back. I'm nice and drunk. Next week should be the next drinking playlist. Or potentially drinking Fall Guys session. So Joanne Welling. Yeah. Huge GG's to Zombie as well as Fluids. Right to point out, I was going to take care of all of that at the end. Zombie has been a phenomenal opponent throughout this competition. Again, highly respectful towards his opponents. Always agreeing on the bricks. You see Zombie just coming over the crest of the hill, a little bit lower than Jack, and that just see him get caught up in it. It's not every girl, Fern. I'm not a monster. Yeah. Guys are saying it has been a phenomenal battle. Jack drifting too far to the left. Tap of the horn from Zombie as he just manages to stay on the track nicely, just a few metres between him. Got congrats Jack from Max as well. Got Zombie on as well for a great battle between the both of you. Nice and smooth through the tube from Zombie, picking up the speed really nice. Comes on through over the curbs. Feathers the throttle to make sure he doesn't get hung up on the curb and sent into the barrier. Good clean line from Zombie. Pulls round to the left over the bump in the track. Nice and smooth again, just that extra clip of the curbs into the loop, pulls round to the right and rolls back to the left. No, left and right, sorry. Gets a little bit backwards in the head as we turn around backwards through the loop from time to time. Over the jump. Looked like he was maybe teasing us with that ramp skip, so you may see that a little later in the run. See Jack coming down that straight of a Zombie. Zombie into the first jump again. See a 218.536 from Zombie on the first lap. We'll have a little look. No worries, Jessica. I'll see you then. Sure, like I say, could potentially be next week. 231.056 from Jack, meaning just over 15 seconds. Now, Fernie. No stereotyping the women here, lad. They're not just made for dishes. You need to wash them yourself from time to time. 50-50, lad. Another lovely exit from Zombie, nice and straight, a lot of distance, carried speed, really nice. Pulls round for the checkpoint. Nicely across the curbs, gets into the tube, nice and smooth. Up to that midpoint in the tube and pulls back round just over the line on that quarter part. Good and clean around the corner again. Lovely extension of the jump, just carrying jump just before the checkpoint. It's really good and smooth. Clipping as much curb as he can. Pulls through to the right, back through to the centre, and back down to the right ever so slightly, just trying to straighten out roughness of the bumps in the curvature of the loop. Handled that brush with the barrier really nice. Gets close to the edge of the jump. It's nice and tidy. See Zombie with the 214.400, really nice, down to a 211.654 from Jack on that best lap. Let's spend a little lap with Jack as Zombie comes over the crest of the hill. Oh, Bernie boy, looks like you're getting a good offer there. Jack coming across the curb. He has closed up 3 seconds on Zombie, just over. I don't know if it will be enough. Brushes just after that gap in the barrier, really nice and smooth. Gentle brush with the barrier, just straightening the Emirates up for pulling aggressively across the curb. Jack coming through again nicely. Have a little look, and Zombie has had to respawn. Jack does swing into the lead. Oh, it's really close between two, and Jessica, I'll catch you soon. Tune in next Saturday. Into the tube, nice and clean. Through the line, up to that midpoint again, and through and over, aggressive. Nice, through the tube, picking up as much speed as he can. See Jack feather and throttle again, making sure he doesn't get hung up in the curb. Good job, Jack, and GG Zombie from Sunset. See Jack take it to 7-2, as long as there's no mistake with the ramp skip, and Zombie is a little further behind. Like Zombie may be holed up in the tube at the moment. He'll be maybe messaging Jack. Lovely ramp skip from Jack. The barrier ride though in the Emirates doesn't often go smoothly. We'll have a little look at Zombie. Jack can have a look down. Comes in for it. Back up to speed. Wow. What the hell happened to Zombie's car then? Is this lag? Is he out of the tube? He is out of the tube. It's a little bit low from Zombie. Zombie was just waiting up. And Jack's waiting for him back up to speed. Does unfortunately go a bit too far to the right this time. No, but Zombie can get it, but maybe just a little bit frustrated with himself. And that does occasionally just make it a little bit harder. Goes a little bit too low again. I feel bad, but this is one of the trickiest exits in the game, and when Lovely this time from Zombie, nice and long. Takes a lot of distance, going to land just before to the right of the checkpoint. Comes across the curb nicely. Loop through the corner, nice and wide initially. Slight feathering of the throttle. Good night, Fernie, and I'll see you soon too, dude. Sleep well, my man. Lovely through the tube from Zombie. Shaking frustration for the final race. If you see things continue as they have, we will see the final race play out. They slide through the loop, pulls across the curb, still chasing them brake boosts, never letting it go, not wanting to lose touch over the curbs. Comes in for the ramp skip himself, nicely handled on the slide, corrects it really nice. That is going to allow Jack across the line. To 11.654 from Jack. 9:30.888.
This is just a reply for Jen. I don't want a space in her bed. I'm good, thanks.
Jessica has been heavily rejected by Jack. And Foxy, how you going, my man? Hello, Melly. Hope you're doing well, dude. Oi, Fernie Fern. I'll see you in the next few days, I'm sure. If you're in Heredia's playlist at any point, I'll obviously get you that party invite if I'm there, as always. Damn though, I see you trying to flirt with Tunce's mum.
Zombie's ready.
We are on to rally. Zombie on pole, just followed by this light green, vibrant light green from Jack. Hayato, the score is 7-2 as Mobbin calls it out. So he takes an aggressive line to clip a little bit of extra curb and really narrow the corner out, taking a thin line through it. Carries good speed over the jump. Jack closing in though, slightly. Through really nice. A little clip of the wall at the top of the hill. Did see Jack just lose a little tiny bit of time. Comes through really nicely. Looking at the pace, Zombie slightly extending away down the hill. Jack takes that line to the left to try and allow Issy a bit more downward momentum. Zombie holding his pace really nicely. Comes across, clips the curb just before the drop downwards. Coming in a spinner prop that I have so many nightmares with. Zombie got really close and tight to it. I had to shift heavily to the left to avoid it, and still got a few car particles up in the air. Didn't lose too much time, if any. Got some nice clips off of the curb up the jump. Nice landing from both. It initially looked like there was a slight grip from Zombie. Handled it nice into the wall ride. Jack out nice and smooth. Zombie just going off. Does allow Jack the lead. Zombie having collected the checkpoints, not too far behind. Comes through that little drop down wall ride, coming into the hairpin really nice and clean. heavy on the brakes through the second. Personally, Ronaldo for myself. Just like, Messi is probably the more talented player with more flair, but like Ronaldo, I've seen him play live and stuff. Like, Messi is definitely the more talented. And Alex, the score is 7-2 to Jack, and he does hold the lead here on Rally. Lovely through the corners. Like, talent-wise, definitely Messi, but I appreciate the amount of work Ronaldo's put into becoming, like, the second best, because he was never the most talented player when he first came to Man United. Like, he's had to work hard to get where he's got to. But that does see Jack take it to 8-2. Unfortunately, on this occasion, I am going to have to offer commiserations across to Zombie. And congratulations do go out to my crew leader.
Thank you,
Jack.
Foxman.
And as Tyrese said earlier, hey there, Jackie. Pros truffin, love you. But my man, Zombie, GG Jack, we had some great battles, and congrats. Zombie, my man, you are a dude. Like, you and all these guys at the top that have been through, and to be fair, all the way throughout the competition, there's been some fantastic sportsmanship, there's been some incredible battles along the way. I know for a fact that I came into this sort of stuff a little bit too early across these two competitions, but I am going to stick with it, because it does allow me, in a way, just a little bit more flexibility to critique on the mistakes if you guys are then able to critique me on mine. So I will keep with it, allowing you all to laugh at me with the character switches on Raton and all that sort of stuff from time to time. No, and Zombie, like, we all know that you are one hell of a racer. Like, don't let this get you down, my man. Like, you and Nacho race together really regularly. You're going to up your level between now and the next tournament, and I'm sure we will see. We've got all the guys offering the GGs. Thank you, James, very much. And that was never in doubt, my man. I know that was never in doubt. Don't you worry about any of that. And my man, Fluids, have a good night's sleep. Just say, right, okay, RNG, okay. No, I'm not an ambassador. He was there at Barcelona but never carried it through. I think then, based on everything, if you're making me decide, and my favourite player is Ronaldo because of the work rate, but the best player is Messi, and that is my answer. So the best player is Messi, no doubt in it. He is the most talented player in the world. So there's your answer. But my favourite player is Ronaldo for the incredible work rate. Fox's commentating should be on TV. Ooh, maybe not, but maybe we can try and catch up with Jelly's Marble Olympics. That's the goal over the next few years. We're going to catch up with that million-plus channel that race marbles. Surely we can do that. Like, I've been talking Rocket League and stuff like that, but there's a dude out there that literally pushes marbles down a track and gets 500,000 views. We can do this, boys and girls. We can get there. Without a doubt, we can spread the love. We can get it around the community and get it out there. No doubt about it. Like, but also, I have to give that positive shout out. RNG. No worries, man. Guessing, never heard someone saying this. I will give you a dislike for Messi, but a sub for Ronaldo. So I'm guessing you're a Ronaldo fan then, maybe. But no, I'm on good side of the fence with it. Fern loves Messi. He's Spanish in the Ronaldo fan. Don't you worry. But yeah, it's like you can't. It's like talent-wise, I would agree with it. Ventura, by far, he is the more talented player. But like Ronaldo's work rate, I think, is just about equally unmatched. And Alex Heredia with LeBron James. Nicely done. But for a final time, I'm going to say, please head over, check out both MarineJack as your newly crowned Champions League Stunt Racing Champion, and also please head over, check out Zombie 1696. Both have had some phenomenal times coming in recently, both uploading regularly, and they are among the best players in the game. And that is undeniable. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much. Please do head over, check out a couple of my other moderators as well.
Thank you for everyone to say congrats as well. GG to Zombie.
You can show that one. That doesn't need. Jack clearly enjoyed a high-class battle right there.
Did.
Thank you very much, Mobbin, for sharing the channels there.
And Fox, before you end it, a huge thank you to you as well for doing all this commentating consistently.
No, honestly, like, without you guys, I would have gone crazy. Like, not just the commentary, but without coming into this community. And again, Ventura, my dude, and my man Tex for inviting me to the crew. Thank you both so much for showing me really nice friendliness, bringing me into the community, and just racing with me before I got in. Ventura, my man, is like, you really eased me into it, really nice, friendly, showed me a couple of lines here and there as I was able to get a bit more speed, and if you'd made a mistake, like, and the response we've had to the commentary as well is hugely appreciated on all sides. Jack is letting me run with it a little bit more now, just because it's taken off and I fit it very well, but Jack will always be welcome to join me whenever he is free. And congratulations, Jack. I know I have said it to you privately and in the chats, but congratulations on the 1,000 subs as well. It is hugely deserved, and hopefully we are going to see more channels getting there from the community.
I'm trying my best to help out as well.
Honestly, man, you're doing more than enough the way you're going, and it's what we just need. Well, it's not what we need, but it's what we want from some of the other channels that are well on their way. We've got Mobbin, we've got Esco, there's Assam, there's a lot of channels that are very close, and it can really see the community start to grow out and potentially see where we can take things going into GTA 6 across the next couple of years. On PlayStation 5, for the final time, congratulations, Jack, and my commiserations to my man Zombie. Thank you all for tuning in.
Also, before you end it, if any of you boys have Fall Guys, make sure to like Starstrider-Fox.
Dude.
That's where we're going to be for the next couple of hours.
Yeah, we are. So if anybody's on Fall Guys in the next half an hour or so, hit us up. We'll have some fun. We'll play some crazy ass Takeshi's Castle. And look, at MarineJack, we've got, what message have we got? At least we can't be deleting people for @ing Cristiano, but what we'll do instead, Fern, is we'll say go check out @Messi as well. If that's what you do, lad, on Insta. There you go, you just match it.
Nice one, James. It's going to be fucking hilarious fun.
No letting the power of moderation go to your head. Okay, and RNG, can I And I can't untime
He's
your
timed
outfit.
you out.
Next time you're back, lad, we'll keep it all nice and good. Don't you worry, mate. Bernie, no letting the power go to your head. No hiding and singing. But now, no. Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for the final time as the ending is going on. Please check out both Zombie 1696 and MarineJack, and please also click on a few of my moderators. They're all very fast lads in general. You won't find too many slow ones at all, if any. Even my man Purely Red talking big talk about the Zen porno. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much, and good boy from the Champions League! Much love! That's the live from PlayStation option. Why does it sometimes bring that up but not others? Right, good night ladies and gentlemen.